What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Business of Strength podcast. I am your host, Dan Goodman, and I am going to be talking to you about the marketing adjustments we are making at Varsity House Gym in quarter number 4 in order to give our companies and gyms the best possible chance to finish the fourth quarter on the right note. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, I have to remind you that the final event, the final live Business of Strength event, coming off the heels of an amazing event in Arizona, which was totally kick-ass. Our last live event is with our good buddy, Zach Even Esh. We are hosting the Underground Strength Con here on November 15th and 16th at Varsity House Gym in Orangeburg. It's 2 full days, action-packed days. The keynote speaker is none other than the founder and CEO of Spartan Race, Joe Desena. Our keynote sponsor is Jocko Fuel. Yes, Jocko Willings, Jocko Fuel. They are the keynote sponsor. Sornex is sponsoring the event. Simmons Media, Ignite, Intech. We've got tons of sponsors here. They're going to be giving away some really cool grab bags, and it is going to be a carnival for anybody that is a strength professional that is looking to improve their knowledge base as it pertains to strength and conditioning, running a successful strength and conditioning business, networking with some like-minded people, and just generally, it will be a 2-day carnival for people that love the game of strength and are looking to make more money doing it. So that's November 15th and 16th, all day into the night. We're going to have an amazing catered dinner, barbecue. We have strength games, workouts. It's going to be a ton of fun. We already have quite a few people registered, and it is shaping up to be the most well-attended event of the year, and it is the final one of 2024. So I'd love to see us go out with a bang. So, excuse me. Today's episode, this is real time, and with our live events, we open the curtain and show the good, the bad, the ugly, the things that we've learned, the things that, the mistakes that we've made, and the things that we've done to champion those mistakes so that you don't have to. And in real time, we're running 3 gym businesses and helping many others on a continued basis in the Business of Strength Mastermind group. And we're coming into quarter number 4. And we've got, it's an election year. It's busy. It's back to school. There's competing things. There's a lot of stuff happening on the news. And for us coming out of August and September, it was lighter in terms of lead flow. I will give credit where it is due. My business partner, Joe, is a beast when it comes to marketing. He does what he says he's going to do. There's daily social posts. We have daily emails, daily SMS messaging. We have our ad spend is constantly being managed. And every week we meet to talk about the effectiveness of such. And we never totally rock the boat, but we get to the end of the quarter and we say, hey, listen, like our lead flow has been great, but maybe the quality, maybe we're not making the right kind of contact with the potential end user. What are some things that we can do to make more contact with all this work, time, money, and energy we're spending on this role? And something caught my eye, and I'm going to give the example here, and I sent an email about it, is Pete Rose recently passed, and there was a lot of things posted on his behalf, as there should have been. One of the best baseball players that ever lived and should be in the Hall of Fame. And a quote that he said was, this is a funny quote. He said, there's 3 guarantees. Every summer, the grass is going to turn green, the weather is going to get hot, and Pete Rose is going to get 200 hits and bat 300. And when he was asked about being in a slump, He responded, every Major League Baseball player gets here for a reason. They know how to hit a baseball. And you never go into a slump. You never, when you go into a slump and you say that you're in a slump, well, then you are, and you start to change things that you don't need to change. Right. And this is coming from a guy that had like almost 1,200 strikeouts over a career, which is not nothing. Right. He struck out like he was by on paper in a slump at certain points in his career. But he would say, I just kept swinging the bat and I would change subtleties in my swing. I would move up in the batter's box if I had trouble hitting a curveball. I would move back in the batter's box if I was having trouble hitting a fastball. Crowd the plate, move back from the plate, use a slightly heavier bat, but I'm going to continue to swing and I'm not going to change my swing or my approach. And how that pertains back to our marketing is quite simple. Our marketing at Varsity House has worked for years. The campaigns that we run have worked for years. There are subtleties that we can make to generate more contact or improve the lead quality. And that's exactly what we discussed this past week. And it's important that you take inventory to say, like, hey, I'm not getting as many leads. Why is that? Not, hey, I'm not getting any leads, I'm going to stop marketing. That is total bullshit. Or I'm not getting any leads. Is it because you're not being consistent with the plan and the approach? Similar to like Pete Rose is like, well, you could say, yeah, you're not getting any hits because you're not swinging the bat. We have to make sure that we're swinging the bat, and we swing the bat as a gym or marketing a small business by putting offers out there, by going to live events, by sending text messages to clients, by having a marketing plan that excites the external community, people that are not doing business with you, that excites people in your community to talk about what's happening and giving them the tools to refer people to your gym. So when we spoke about this, we're doing all of the above, but in real time, we are trying to improve the lead quality, lead flow, and make sure the time and money is being allocated in the right places. You can only do that if you have a plan. So if you're listening to this and you don't have a plan, this episode is probably going to come out in mid-October. You have the ability to have a plan in November and December. So there should be something that you have for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and there should be something that you have for a referral type play or a holiday type play or a New Year's type play in December. Like those are two action-packed months that you can 100% have an external offer, an internal offer for Ascension for a client, and a fantastic referral play for clients in November and December, 100%. So it starts with a plan. It is hard to adjust something that you don't have parameters around. We have parameters around what we're willing to do. We have a budget with ad spend. We have an expectation on how many posts per month. We have an expectation with how many emails per month, text messages, all those things. It's easy to quantify. So when we sat down, Joe's one of the best marketers in fitness. We're not making him change his swing, his tonality, nothing. All we did was take a look at, and I'm going to give you some suggestions of the things that we looked at. I won't go through the details of exactly how we changed them or the statistics of the change after we made them, because guess what? I don't have them, right? Just made them. The only thing that we can do to ensure our future success is to make sure that we're taking action to do something about it. So these are the things that we considered and are working through as a marketing team at Varsity House. The first thing is our external offer. The external offer that's on your website, the external offer that's on your social media, the external offer that's on your ads. Can you change the verbiage? Should you change the verbiage? Can you make it more attractive? Can you make it more simple? For instance, book a free week. Could you change it to 50% off your first month. That's just a simple example. You could have the onboard be exactly the same. All you're doing is giving them 1 week for free as opposed to 2 weeks for free. So, are you willing to do that? That's one. We looked at our external offer across all 3 gyms, and we made a change to the ad and we made a change to the website. Number 2, where are you spending your dollars? So, for most gyms, you market I've talked about this a lot, but you market with time. You're literally selling time for money. So if you're spending time going to acquire new customers, you're spending money on marketing. And obviously there's actually spending money on digital ads, print ads, uh, paid joint ventures and things like that. How are you spending that money? I think for most, just an easy number, 5% of total revenue. So for every $100,000 you make, you should be looking to reinvest $5,000 into the acquisition of new customers. So the next thing we did was we looked at our budget and we looked at an avenue that we really haven't spent a lot of money on in recent memory. And for us, that was Google. We have not really, we've spent a lot of time cultivating Google reviews and doing organic Google posting and making sure our Google profile is up to date, which everybody can. It's totally free. But now let's allocate for 3 months some cash to Google Ads to see how that looks. So that is a reallocation of budget. I mean, if you're hearing this and you spend nothing, you might want to consider spending something. And if you do spend something, maybe it's a reallocation of where those dollars are spent. Number 3, we send over, let me do some math. We send nearly 200 emails a year at least. We have 365 social posts a year on each platform. So it's looking back on the top performing posts in the previous 6 months. What performed the best? What got the most reactions? And let's change subject titles, let's change photos, and let's reshare it again, right? You have to remember that people are landing on our social pages and joining our email lists and seeing us and doing business with us for the first time every single day. Every single day. And if you have a business social media page, chances are there's a brand new person landing on your page every day. And if you posted an awesome video last year, people don't remember that. Recycle the best stuff. And we're going to experiment doing that. Number 4, this falls in line with organic content, but we have a members Facebook page, and we think it's an amazing tool and add value resource for our clients. And we have a goal that in 90 days, we're going to have a post a day for 90 days. And that costs us nothing, but we are constantly, if you're watching this on video, we're able to wave to our current clients and say, hey, we're over here. Here's a tip, or here's social proof of somebody doing something excellent. And we put a metric on that 90 days, 90 posts. Another thing on the organic content side is Joe made a commitment. He's going to do a weekly video, a weekly talking head video talking about what we do here at the gym every week. So it's 12 weeks, 12 videos. Great commitment. And last but not least, and for us is, do we have the resources available to increase the ad spend instead of reallocating budget? Can we increase budget? And we look at one thing. It's like, okay, well, we're spending this much, we're getting this many leads is turning into this many clients. Well, what's happening with those clients? What is their lifetime client value here? Is it 3 months? Is it 5 months? Is it 1 year? And that tells you exactly, is the juice worth the squeeze, so to speak. And for us, we made the decision, hey, for the next 3 months of the year, we are going to increase the ad budget to put a little bit more fuel into our fire and see how that shakes out. And somebody might hear that and go, well, like, it's easy for you to say, right? I would say it's all relative, right? Let's say you add uh, $500 a month to an ad budget. And so it's at face value, it's $1,500 or $2,000. You're not spending that $1,500 or $2,000 tomorrow. You're spending it over a 90-day period, and you can reevaluate it every 30 days. And at day 45 or day 60, if it's like, wow, this yielded nothing, we're not going to continue to allow it to yield nothing. We're going to reallocate it, or we're going to shut it down. Chances are we're not going to shut it down. We're going to reallocate it, make sure the offer is correct, and continue to reinvest in our business. So it's not as if when people hear like, oh my God, it's 5% of budget, that's I'm doing 300,000, that's 15 grand. It's not like you have to write a check for $15,000 tomorrow. You have to look at, okay, over the course of a year, it's $300 a week, right? $300 a week is not a tremendous amount of money. It's like $35 a day if my math serves me right. So I loved seeing the example of Pete Rose talking about that he was never in a slump. And I'm on this podcast right now telling you that somebody might look at our marketing and go, oh yeah, marketing's not doing what it needs to do. And I would say that's bullshit, right? Marketing is doing what it needs to do because we're doing what we said we were going to do. We are hitting our commitments, but we need to make more contact with some of those commitments as we shift gears into quarter four, and not make excuses about an election, not make excuses about what's happening on the news, not make excuses about whatever else people make excuses about. You're in control of swinging the bat. You're in control of where you're prioritizing time, money, and energy. And if you're a gym business, there is the attrition monster that comes for everybody. And what used to be a 4% attrition is now trending towards a 6% attrition industry wide. So if you've got 100 customers, it means you got 6 people walking out the door on a monthly basis. That doesn't mean they won't return. It doesn't mean you should be upset about it, but you got to take marketing personally that, hey, you got to do something about it. And the only thing I could do about it is show people that, you know, this gym is a fantastic place to train. We get people results. We get people the best hour of their day. We provide community. And remember, in the wise words of Pat Rigsby, if you can't sell people on that, you can't help people. And we're in the business of providing significance. Being a coach, being a gym that delivers on results is a very it's a very rewarding career. It's why people choose this career. But the only way to affect change with people is to get them to see the light and want to come into your gym. So if you listen to this show and you're like, holy shit, I don't even have a marketing plan. Well, start there. Like, you can't measure the success of something that you don't have a plan for. It's just like training. You can't measure the success of a training plan if you have no plan. Like, if you never get on the scale, or you never test a max, or you never go out and compete, how do you know? Or you don't take progress pictures. How do you know if you're getting better or not based on feeling? You don't, right? There needs to be some fact. Start with the plan, have an external offer, have an internal offer, have a referral based play, run that plan. And the point that needs to be driven home here is, just because you have a month or a couple weeks where leads are lighter or not of the same quality does not mean that you need to reinvent the freaking swing. You don't need to reinvent the marketing. You don't need to fire somebody. You don't need to do any of that. What you need to do is change some subtleties, move some things around, and see if things start to stick once again. And then if you do that for a while and nothing changes, maybe you do need some outside help and some external eyes. But if marketing is something you need help with, or setting a plan, that is something that we are going to be talking about extensively at the Underground Strength Con on November 15th and 16th. And if you want to get on a call before that, you could shoot me a direct email, dan@varsityhousegym.com, and I'd be happy to talk marketing with you on how to get quality leads and opportunities streaming into your gym. Hope to see everybody in November and hope you enjoyed the show. I'll speak to you guys later.